Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, this episode this is just getting so good. I mean, first commercial break right now, for the Flash versus Arrow. Um, I, it's just perfect. I don't know what to say. It really just is. So far. I mean, we've only seen pretty much. The only thing is, there's really nothing really to compare this to, for this episode. There's literally is nothing with these two potters to compare to. I can rate it, give my opinion, and all that stuff, but it's so hard to rate something like this because there's just no, um, like I've been saying, there's no comparison. Uh, there's no other like there's not other comic book shows that have that done mergers like this where they were able to do it, or and like to see how all the holdbacks of it being TV. I mean, the closest we can kind of can do it is maybe the Avengers with the team up superhero team ups there or whatnot. But really, it's not really comparable at all because of the movies and TV difference. So there's really no nothing to really compare this to. But then again, it is very very. Then again, it can still compare it to regular episodes. Shut up, Siri. Stupid phone. Yeah. So, just so far so good. And when we got into the room, that there's so many trailers coming out for the Flash versus Arrow. When they got into the room and they found the guy, and I was like, oh, I recognize like the pillars and everything from the thing. I knew that's exactly where the Arrow was going to appear and whatnot. And he's just going to show up like that. So I was so happy for that, and so far so good. Yeah. I pretty much think that this show can't do these episodes unless they do something drastic that changes the story everywhere, which I doubt that they will do that. Um, the only thing is, I just think that this episode will just make everyone want a one show type thing. These things will make this one show. So hopefully this does well, and we'll get another one before the end of the maybe another one after Christmas, another one before there if they're not already done all shooting all those things. But so far, I really like this crossover. Definitely can't wait to see it. Yes, they're teaming up now, and yeah, they're gonna catch the bad guys slash metahuman. Now, at the beginning of this episode, I was thinking, when the guy walked into the bank and he stared at people's eyes and did all that stuff and whatnot. Um, and first, I was thinking, well, if he can just look into people's eyes and control them, why did he make them why did he make them freak out like that? Why not just be like, oh, I want this, and some normal person who works there could have gone in, grabbed the money, taken out. Even if that person knew about the stuff, the tracker or whatnot, taken it out, and everything would have been gone. They would just walked out with a bit of money, with a bit. Maybe it would have been suspicious in the camera with him walking out with like the entire thing of money afterwards. But he could have done that, and then had someone go and turn off the cameras. So there's just like a blackout of the cameras for that period of time, and that's it. Then when they explained though that he doesn't just control the guys, he he doesn't control people. He just he installs fear into them and installs anger and makes them rage out. So that definitely is a good idea to clear that up, because for a second there I thought that because if you could just control people and just make them do it for them, um, and get away with it, very easy. But yeah, so far I definitely like this episode. It's going pretty cool. I love the boomerang thing. That was pretty cool. And I definitely can't wait to see all the training videos that I've seen from the in the trailers and whatnot. I have a feeling that they'll be up next. So yeah, can't wait, guys. Can't wait. Yes, he ah he just went on his own to fight this. I think they haven't given the guy Cisco hasn't given him a name yet, but this eyesight person or whatever, um, and now he's going evil. It's just all so far. So far, the episode is definitely doing really good. A lot of the episode, like I can tell, like, oh, this is where this is where this is gonna happen. This is where that's gonna happen. Like the only parts where, like, I feel like, then again, maybe it's my fault for looking at all the trailers and whatnot for this. Um, But then again, I feel like I haven't seen any trailers for tomorrow's episode, so hopefully tomorrow's episode should be, um, a lot less predictable than this. I didn't know when he was going when he said he was going off alone. That should have clued me in. This is where he's gonna get, uh, you know, turned evil or whatever. You know what I mean? This is where this is where the fighting comes in and whatnot. The versus part begins. Um, I didn't realize that until he got there alone, and I thought that he was just gonna, Arrow's gonna show up there and whatnot. So now I definitely see how the whole episode is gonna unravel. He's gonna go angry. He's gonna want to fight the Arrow or fight someone or whatnot. Joe and Dr. Wells are gonna see that the Arrow is the only one who can stop the Flash during when if the Flash ever goes rogue. They don't have a thing to stop him. I mean, Cisco tried to make that gun, but now Leonard Stark has it. So now it's definitely interesting to see all that and whatnot. See how that comes around, um, and the whole hatred of Eddie Eddie Thong, his hatred of the Flash or jealousy of the Flash is definitely interesting. Definitely can't wait to see. As more goes on, does Dr. Wells ever look into that or watch that from an eye, or what I mean? Anything that let us know that Dr. Wells knows that Eddie doesn't like the Flash and whatnot, so that he can be a step ahead of Eddie, so that he doesn't capture the Flash or anything like that that would get the Flash captured and then maybe studied or whatnot. Um, Definitely think that we wouldn't want him to end up with that other guy from the Plastique movie. I forget the guy's name there. That the General Towling, I think, is his name, or Eiling. Definitely don't want Flash to end up with him. So definitely is interesting to see all this as it's going on, how it's going to unfold, and yeah, so cool so far. Holy crap! Oh my god! Um, this episode was definitely this episode is definitely so very good. I love the fact that like I was thinking about it. He didn't have the rage right away, and then it slowly came onto him because of his powers and whatnot. But I was thinking, he shouldn't have been able have been he should not have been um I was thinking he should not have. They should have seen it coming before. He knew what this guy could do. He knew everything about it. So he should be moving so fast that as soon as the guy starts, like his eyes start going red, or like he moves, the guy took off his shades, or he turned around and he was about to do like a glimpse of red. He should have just taken off and just like moved his eyes, or like knocked him out or whatnot. And been able to that we would have been able to get it. But then they're going and they're explaining how he's just running in all cocky and all just leaping before he can run, um, and he's just running in head first. He's not assessing the situation when not learning all that. So I definitely think that this is interesting to him to learn that, because in the future he shouldn't be getting controlled like this. He should be able to see it before anything happens. He should be able to dodge it all. Um, you know. So it's definitely interesting to see all this. I definitely can't wait to see. Now he's going in with Eddie Thong, and with he just took Eddie out of the car and whatnot. So I definitely can't wait to see how he gets out of this situation. And I hope you know I think it'd be interesting if they somehow keep this thing. I mean, obviously from where they are, the location on the streets and whatnot, and the trailers. I think that this is where the Arrow's going to come in the next clip, and he's gonna start fighting him and whatnot. And the Dr. Wells finding out that knowing that it's Oliver. Like I was thinking about that. Dr. Wells is wondering, what Oliver, who the Arrow is, and then the next clip. Next clip after asking Felicity is Felicity and him just and Flat and Arrow and Barry talking. Oh, we talked about Oliver. Talking about Oliver. Like, why you're in that room? You know that he's looking. Have you talked about the Arrow? And just talk like that. You know what I mean? Just say the Arrow. You don't want to give out the guy's name. You're right there. Like you're just in the hallways. You know what I mean? Those hallways seem like they would be very echoey. So and so that is definitely interesting when he found out right away. So I guess I'm curious to know, did he find out by listening to them, or did he find out by some of his future tech or whatnot? Because I've seen other rumors where there's rumors or people talking how all we've seen so far of what he knows from the future is that newspaper. So maybe he only has that, or maybe he has more. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see more of it or whatnot. And yeah, I think it'd definitely be interesting to see that if Oliver, now that Jack Wells has unraveled all the Arrow's identity, to see if Oliver, at the end of the episode, just goes, "Oh, keep your eye on Doctor Wells" or something like that. If he picks up on it, on those things that Barry and everyone has not been picking up on at all. So definitely hoping for something like that, or something like that. Oh, it's back on. That fight was awesome. The he puts in the horse tranquilizer and whatnot, and 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 then he just vibrates it out of him, and it's just like, oh yes. Or I'm curious to know though, if they hopefully they touch on it at the end of the by the end of the episode. Did he vibrate the stuff out of him, or did he sweat? Did he like make himself sweat out of himself? Because that could be it. If he just made himself sweat it, then that would be cool and a different idea. But I definitely hope they start bringing in the vibrating these molecules to go through walls and stuff like that. So I definitely hope that he starts doing things like that, because especially like now, like this now that he was evil for this short period of time. It's almost like in Smallville, every time he would get either black kryptonite or different kryptonite or different things would happen, or red kryptonite. He would have his flying powers. He would have do things that he was not normally able to do. So then that way he would be like, oh, he's able to do it, but he's just not able to do it. He knows he can do it. He has the ability to do it. He knows about it, but he just can't do it. So I think that's very interesting, especially if they call it they call it like he vibrated the stuff out of him. To go to the stuff out of him, instead of just sweating it out or whatnot. Even if he did it there, and now he doesn't know how to redo it because he was only in that stage or whatnot. He doesn't know how to redo it. Maybe later on in another episode, he'll have a situation where he needs to vibrate right through it to be able to get it or whatnot. Like hostages with bomb straps, suicide vests on them or whatnot, and he needs to grab the bomb, vibrate it off of them, and then go throw it away. I think something like that. Using this vibrating idea could definitely be very cool. If they mention that, oh, he did it, and he's like, oh, I have no idea how I did that. And then later on finding out, he has to do it. But yeah, so definitely is pretty cool. And so that was cool. Then the fire tornado, and the fire was right there. It was just like, oh yeah, and he beat him up the wall and whatnot. It was just so cool. Hopefully maybe in the next episode, we'll see, and then tomorrow's episode, we'll see we'll see him use we'll see him do something else versus the boomerang guy. You know what I mean? Versus Captain Boomerang, or and see him using his arms or something. I definitely want to see in this episode, have Oliver teach him a new way to use his power, like by using his arm or using different things like that. It's back on. Oh my god, the ending with Firestorm, that just blew my mind. Oh my god. I'm so cool, so happy. I definitely can't wait. I mean, I wish for this episode, the ending of this episode, it was definitely a really good ending with that, Firestorm ending. But it just makes me want to come back for the next episode. I mean, I'm already watching Arrow, so I'm gonna watch the next part anyways. But I don't know that there could have been a little bit more of it, something that would make you need to stay, because it's only 24 hours. You only have to wait 24 hours. So why not make them have to go watch Arrow, and that you get people who are only watching Flash to come watch Arrow. I just think that there'd be a way to make that happen. But oh well. So, Shield is on. Gonna go watch it. Peace out, guys.